Hello everyone, I Neha Thakkar, Assistant Professor at New LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today we are continue with the Unit 10 of PLSQL concept. In that one, today we are going to discuss about the explicit cursor. In last lecture we have seen implicit cursor and example also. So the four attributes which are common between them. So in this also we can use that attribute. So whatever the statement is last applied, insert, update, delete or select statement. So here the percentage found first is. So now it is what the explicit cursor. So the name of the cursor is given by what? A user. So here all the attributes will be used with what? The cursor name. That means whatever the name we have defined. Now here in explicit we can check the percentage found with what or it will return a true value if the whatever the last statement is there, it will have some data, otherwise false. The reverse is in not found. Now percentage is open. So if it's an implicit cursor, so we cannot access this attribute, that means it will implicitly open and close. So but in explicit cursor we can just check it, that is what SQL, whatever the name we have given, cursor name, percentage open. So what happened, it can true if it's a open, otherwise it will return a false. Row count, it will return what the number of we can say the row which will be updated in what the last insert, update and delete statement. So this is the four attribute of explicit cursor. Now it is what defined by the user. So we'll see how it is going to be declared, how we can access the data which is available in a cursor. So first is what? The cursor declaration. So normally the cursor will be declared in the declare section and it will be start with what? The cursor keyword. So cursor, then cursor name. So this is nothing but what? A user defined name, whatever name you want to give. After that is select statement. That means normally whatever the select statement we are writing, that you have to write down here. So it may have some condition, you can sort your data. So what happened, whatever the output is that of this select statement, it will be that active data set is available at the server side and the name of that region will be what? Our cursor name. That means whatever is given by the user. So now what happened, the memory is not going to be allocated at this point. But what happened, this is the explicit cursor. So the cursor is still not open, right? So what we need to do, some sequence of commands you need to just run in a sequence one. So this is what the open command. So it will open the cursor in memory. Then fetch, that means what? If you want to fetch some data and if you want to do some processing on that, so you can do what? A fetch statement, then you have to what? Close that cursor which you have just opened. So these are the three commands are normally used in a subsequent manner to just deal with what? The explicit cursor. So we'll start with what happened when you are going to run the command open cursor. So the syntax is what? Open keyword and after that cursor name. For example, my cursor name is user underscore explicit. So that you need to specify here. So what happened? The initialization of the cursor is going to be there with open statement. That means whatever the SQL, PL SQL code you have write at the client side, in that one whenever the statement will occur, that means open cursor name. So what it will do? The server will have a data according to the select statement. So whatever the select statement is there with cursor, it is going to be run. Whatever the data is there, that will be in what? Here server side, and this is called what? Active data set. And one row pointer is maintained, it will just point to the first row of that active data set. So internally this will happen when open statement is going to be run. Next is what? How to fetch the data. That means if you want to do some processing on data, then it will be taken out into some local variable. So for that the syntax is what? Fetch cursor name into. So this cursor name, in that one we have write a select statement. So for example, you have select 2 or 3 attributes. So after into you have to write that many variables. So whatever the data is there, it will be just copied into there. Now normally the fetch statement is going to be written within the loop, because in an active data set there may be a number of tuples or rows are there. So if you just want to deal with the individual rows, so what you need to write a fetch statement within loop. After just completing the processing with the data in fetch statement, you have to close the cursor. So the syntax is what? Close and whatever the name you have given of the cursor. So in this way the explicit cursor will work. You have to declare the cursor, open, then you have to fetch, and then you need to close the cursor. So in this way it will be work. Now we'll see one example of the cursor. That is what? We will be having an employee table. So what we are going to do? Display the employee ID, name and salary of what? First 5 employee, which will holding the highest salary. So that we are going to done. So how it is going to be taken out? With what? The explicit cursor. So let's start with the programming part. So let's see the program for explicit cursor. So in that one, we'll be having this table, that is what? Employee. Now what we need to do? We need to just rearrange that. So in terms of what? According to salary. So we'll just open one file, that is ed. We'll be having the cursor, that is explicit. So exp cursor, and will ask you to save. So just we have done. So in declare section, what we need to do? We have to declare a one cursor. So it will be declared with what? The cursor. So we'll write that cursor. After that we have to write down the name of cursor. So I'll write what? My cursor. The name is what? My cursor. So cursor, my cursor is a name, is select. Is select. Now you have to do what? Statement select. So is select id comma name comma salary from employee. Now we have to use what? Order by. Order by their what? Salary, and in descending order. So here we are having what? A select statement, and that will be related to what? We can say the cursor statement. So this just we have declared the cursor. Now here 3 variables are there: ID, name and salary. So what we are going to do here? We'll declare a 3 variables: ID1 of the type number, as it is a number, and then name. So we'll take a name one. This is of varchar 2 and or varchar. Then the size would be a 20, for example. Then it should be a salary. So salary is what? A number. So 3 variables we have taken. Now this is what? Declare. Now in begin section, what we'll do? The first step is what? We have to open the cursor. So we'll open it, open, and then name of the cursor. So when you are going to open the cursor, at that time the memory is going to be allocated. So open my cursor. Now what we need to do? We need to do some processing on that data, or we are right now only displaying the data, but highest 5. So what we'll do? We have to fetch that data, but in a loop. So we'll write what? A loop. In that when we have to fetch the data. So fetch and then cursor name. So that is what? My cursor. So fetch my cursor into. So with my cursor, the select statement is used. In that one we have select 3 variables: ID, name, salary. So when you fetch my cursor into, so in that you have to specify variable, 3 variable, and that you have taken in locally, that is ID1 comma name 1 and comma salary 1. Now it should be in a sequence. When here also we'll do salary 1. Here it should be in a same sequence. That means data type should be match. So fetch my cursor into this variable. Now what we are going to do, we just have to display the data, right? So we'll write what? dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. In that one I'll print this variable, that is first one is what? ID1. Now after that I'll just give some space, so we'll use it like this, and again the another name, that is what? Name1. So that I have write. This is just for the formatting. Then again after that it should be a salary1. So this is just what it will do. It will print a simple message, that means ID, name and salary in a formatting one. So it will print the data. So this is going to be in a loop, but when we need to just print a 5 row, which is highest one. So we'll write exit when my cursor dot percentage row count, it becomes what? 5. So the cursor name is my cursor. So my cursor percentage row count equal to what? 5. Otherwise sometimes happen that the value of what? The rows or number of tuples may be less than 5. So what happened? Just we are writing the another condition, exit when this condition, or we can say my cursor percentage not found. So at that time it will return true when the data or tuples are what? Less than 5. So this is about what? The loop concept. Then we have to do what? End loop. After that just we have to close the cursor. So close my cursor, and then we have to just end the begin section. So end. So this is the thing, we have to declare the cursor, then declare the variables which required to just fetch the data from the cursor. In the begin section you have to open the cursor, then in loop you are going to fetch the data and do some processing with data. So just we are going to save it and exit from it. So now if you want to run this, you have to write at then exp cursor. This is the name of our file, /. Now it will ask what? The order by salary. It should be what? The salary. So again go to that, and here it should be salary. Now again save it, again just go and run that file. So it will be showing, you can see that the records are going to be rearranged according to what? The salary. Here you can give a heading also out of the for loop, that is ID, name and salary. So you can see that it will displaying a 5 record. The first one is the highest one, that is 50,000. Then next highest is 2 times 20,000, then 15 and 5. So in this way you can use an explicit cursor and you can just deal with the data. So this is all about what? The explicit cursor.